Hey guys, how's it going? This is ggurface and I'll be talking about game number 3 between SRS, RAZER, and nAni versus Satiini. This is game number 3 in the Go4SC2 Cup number 33 finals. The last two games, if you haven't seen, you should check them out because there were some very intense micro battles and you can learn quite a bit from those. And always remember to try to relax, chill. Don't get mad at your games because sometimes I know I get worked up after losing, but losing is really the best way to learn because when you win, you might have destroyed your opponent so badly you don't even really know what happened, or they don't know what happened, or somebody don't know what happened. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is keep it light when you play, don't get angry, compliment the other player, don't talk about religion or politics, and when you lean in for that kiss at the end of the night, only to go 50% of the way. Wait, what? What am I talking about? Oh, right. So, SNS, Arnie, RAZER, and nAni, and Satiini is going to play on this Lost Temple map. There are two Xel'Naga watchtowers at the center of the map. They are at cross positions. SRS RAZER nAni is spawning at the 9 o'clock position as the pink Protoss. Once again, he really likes pink. Satiini is changing his color. He's not quite sure what he's doing wrong, but maybe changing his color will change his luck. He's playing as a green Terran at the right hand, the 3 o'clock position, and both players are scouting the wrong direction. One scouts 12, the other scouts 6. Oh man, can't wait for this game to get underway because this is a really nice positioning for both players because there isn't a lot of cheese that can be done from these sort of positions, and both players now will be scouting in the correct direction, I believe. And the gateway goes up and 3 probes in, a refinery goes up, 3 SCVs in, and here we see the orbital command is going down for Satiini, and a cyber core is going down for RAZER and nAni. Very normal timing for both players, and he's thinking about stealing the gas and a probe is chasing him. He's like, oh, go steal the gas, and the probe actually gets the gas. He does not appreciate his gas being constantly stolen because that does not only take time away but also a little bit of extra effort. And notice how the probe is running around here and he's not right clicking on his base because that will make the probe go here. It's a shorter distance and he will get sniped by that marine. And this probe checks out, sees the SCV coming, and the SCV is going to give chase. No, the FV is not going to give chase. See a second barracks going up, no factory going up. The last two games he has chose to get factory, so this time he decided to switch it up, maybe change his luck. And at the same time, the assembler has gone up, so we might see a little bit more tech heavy build against a little more not so tech heavy build from Satiini. Tech Lab going up, as well as Marauders at the moment. He still has not gotten his second gas. The first Stalker is out for RAZER and nAni, and he's going to run that little one across. No, he's not going to run it across. He's going to chill right there. Sometimes it's interesting to hide your units at the end, at the edge of the mineral patch, because one of the many ways you can win, not really win fairly, but you can win, if you keep a probe on a tower and you see them moving out and you hide your units over here and you let them move out across the map. All you really need to do as a Protoss player is force field your ramp, and they won't be able to charge in, and you can charge in to their base because all their units are outside. But that's a side story. That's a slight interesting play that has worked on me sometimes, and I always am very flustered. Like I said, keep it light. Yes, I must remind myself. And here we see the probe is running back, but he will see that there are some Marauders and Marine. Additional pylon going up as he was almost supply blocked. Stem being researched, and these units going around the edge, and he does see it. RAZER and nAni does see the units coming around, and he's probably going to get some more units in, and he's actually chrono boosting an observer. He might need more units possibly to fight this early number of forces off, and I think the rally point, no, they're actually set in his base. I thought the rally point was set all the way across the map because sometimes that will shave a couple of seconds off and help you possibly win or turn the tide of a battle, and they're actually choosing not to engage, and this observer will be able to see and spot what is going on with the Terran army. Mortal coming out as Stem is getting finished, and the Ghost Academy is going down, changing it up a little bit. I think a Ghost Academy was going up in game number 2, but it never the Ghost was there, but he did not have enough energy, so he's getting it a little bit earlier this time, not getting the factory, not getting the starport, but going for the 2 barracks, and Ghost as well as a factory scout. Factory scout. And let's see if he scans and snipes this observer. No, he's not. This factory is going over. Ooh, another cool, cute tactic you can do with the factory is float it over to the base, hide it somewhere where there's no pylons or no sight, and you can pump out a couple of Hellions right inside the enemy base. That's something funny to try, or also to be aware of, as this Protoss player, RAZER, is very, very good, and he knows that that might happen. So he has 1 pylon here, gets sight over here, and we do see a scan going now, and another pylon over here, making sure he's always in the know, and this observer is moving up to the high ground, as he did see that the units were moving out slightly. We see a not a very zealot heavy composition, as I thought you wouldn't require more zealots. We need more zealots. Ghosts are not coming out yet. I don't think I see any ghosts at the moment. But he does have the Ghost Academy up, and he has not researched it. We do see Combat Shield being researched, and we do see this factory is checking out what's going on. Zealot's being warped in as he knows that he's going to get ready to fortifight, and now he's going inside the base. RAZER is going inside the base and sees exactly what's going on. There's 1 Stargate. He's missing the barracks. He's probably wondering where the barracks is, and the barracks is right here floating around, being the scan. And we do see a medevac coming along, and this might signify a push soon, relatively soon. No, and the observer is wondering where that factory is, and he's gonna look for his long lost buddy floating around somewhere at the moment. The robotics facility going down, and let's see if he caught it with this scan. Ooh, very good positioning. He does not catch a glimpse of the robotics facility, even though it was right there at the corner. If we look at his vision, he just does not see these 2 things. Very, very good positioning to hide the tech, and the factory. Now see that the Nexus is going up, and the factory is floating away. So he knows he's not going to be fighting a mech heavy force, and this observer will pick up this units, and he's not scanning once again, not really watching that screen at the moment, I suppose. And this factory will be able to see what's going on with the Nexus as he's taking his first expansion. The command center is going up for the Terran player as well, and we do see him moving out to try to protect this Nexus, and the factory is floating in and out, taking a couple of shots, not too bad of a deal. We do see a nice Marine Marauder ball coming along, and waiting for a second, and a third medevac just about to finish, pumping out those medevacs. Double medevac from the reactor, always a good idea, because it gets your medevacs out relatively quicker. And we do see now we're going to have an engagement pretty soon. This Colossus, I don't think he has the... No, he doesn't actually have the Thermal Lance upgrade. He hasn't even researched it yet. And now he's going to research it. He should Chrono Boost, and maybe Chrono Boost something. You have 29 energy boost something. Ooh. And actually choosing not to engage, because I think he didn't catch a glimpse of the Colossus, and he just saw it there. So he was a little bit surprised. He scanned, and there was no tech, and for some reason, they have a Colossus, so now he needs to fall back. Never feel like you're forced into a battle. Always feel like you have a choice to go or not go for it, because when you feel like you're forced, then you lose the mental game, I think, in many ways. And let's see if he's not boosting this robotics. Not boosting the upgrade. I would boost it if I were him. But not that I'm that great of a player, just saying hee. So this observer is seeing exactly what's going on. Are these troops gonna snipe? No, they're not. Vikings coming out. Vikings very good against Colossus, and there's not that many units that can shoot the Vikings at the moment. Only 4 Stalkers and a Sentry, both taking their respective towers, setting up a pylon just outside the range. The Terran player does not see this, and he's actually getting this gold expansion instead of the normal expansion. And the factory is being pumped out over here. Maybe a Thor or a siege tank. That is a very interesting choice over there. And we're going to see an engagement perhaps. And these Vikings are taking some shots, and he got more. He actually takes 1 Viking down, and now he's forced to fly back, and he's actually very, very good control of these Stalkers. And we do see 1 engagement, and we do see that their force fields are gone off. I will pause this in the moment to show you what I wanted to show you. And wow, this is a very even exchange engagement. I'm not sure who's ahead at the moment. And will these Colossus go down? Yes, the Colossus goes down. and they're fighting, but the ground forces has gone down. The additional Vikings show up, but they're actually not going to be able to hit anything as most of the forces are on the ground. And there are no more force fields, so he can't actually block them off. So wow, let me just take a pause and rewind just a little bit to show you what I wanted to show you. Let's fast forward. And the engagement was very key because the force field, you always want to try to cut your opponent's forces, because once you cut your opponent's forces, it makes it very difficult for them to kind of regroup and the forces have their army into range. So what you want to do here is you want to keep your Colossus. You want to keep your Colossus in the back. These two things, you want to keep them in the back. And what really happens is you want to sort of cut this units in half with sort of like a bubble here, so that you get half the units in front. Wow, that looks like a really bad smiley face from the side. In any event, you want to try to cut them down so that you'll get only to fight half of their forces. And we see that what he's trying to do. And at the same time, as we see these Vikings up here, these Vikings are actually trying to get in and kill these Colossus off. So that's what's happening, and you will see what's going to happen once these engage. There's two mindsets. One is cut the Protoss player, RAZER, wants to cut the enemy forces in half, and these Vikings want to come in and try to snipe the Colossus, and we'll see what happens. And this is very, very good play by both players. We do see the Colossus are moving away. You see he's going to try to cut the force about half. He does take about a third of the force, and he does lose one Colossus pretty much immediately. And this one Colossus staying alive, and these are focus firing on these Stalkers. So very important interaction. But he does win because he has a superior ground army with these Immortals. So that's what happened in that battle. I just want to slow it down for you guys if you didn't catch it the first time. And these two Vikings are actually not going to do that much, and we do see an additional reinforcements coming for both players. And here he's actually out of units, so he's actually sending out his SCVs to try to battle, and he warped in additional Zealots. Zealots are very, very good against ground forces. He doesn't have that many Vikings, and these forces are trying to chill in there because they could actually land the Vikings, but he probably forgot about it in the heat of the moment. And I think he should be able to take down these Marauders if they focus fire. And if you notice, this group of units was sort of like moving forward a little bit, moving forward, so he wants to advance, keep the pressure on. And now Satiini leaves the game, not even a GG. In any event, always GG your games. And if you don't want to say GG in your games, at least say GG your phase. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And also leave a comment about the game, or about how my cast has evolved, or how much I am a baller or not. Anyway, see ya.